We're on our third woman Prime Minister. The current one's on maternity leave at the moment. She had a baby about 6 weeks ago. A leader. What do you make of that?
I think that's great. There are some women that are going to be excellent leaders. There are some women that are going to be the exception. And if you find a woman who can fill that role, excellent. But they say one of the common factors between all these women leaders is, in a lot of cases, they act like men.
She will be a less good mother if she goes back to work. Absolutely. I've been a stay-at-home dad for 9 years.
She will be very offended by that, and lots of Kiwis will be very offended by that.
I get it. But I have been a stay-at-home dad for 9 years. I know how much parenting takes out of you. I know how much time you have to spend with your children, and you simply can't do both jobs as well. You cannot be as effective a politician as you can be as good a mother. And I say this again, I have walked this
Just because she's not at home doesn't mean she's not a good mum.
I didn't say she wasn't a good mom. I said she can't be as good a mom, obviously, right?
What makes a good mother then?
Well, you're there for your children. I mean...
Being at home?
Yeah, of course.
That's just not the world that we live in, though.
It's not the world you live in, I suppose, ideologically, but that's what the baby needs.
Let me give you some context.
Breastfeeding,
like New Zealand,
18 months.
125 years. New Zealand is celebrating 125 years of women's suffrage. First country to give women the vote. And that type of thing you've just said is going to be very, very touchy for a lot of New Zealanders.
But why? This is I mean, so for instance, breastfeeding is recommended for 18 months. And more breastfeeding leads to higher intelligence, better parent-child bond, and so on. You can't breastfeed and be as successful a business person as a man who's not involved in that. I mean, this is just a time thing.
There are lots of things that, you know, contribute to women going back to work. Career, the desire to not just stay at home, the desire to
What do you mean just stay at home? Is that bad? Is that wrong? Is that negative compared to a career?
For
I'm just curious.
some women, yeah.
Well, then why would you want to have kids? If you want to work, then work. And if you want to have kids...
Because you can do both. Because a man can do both, right? He can go to work and then he can have children.
we're all, you know, we're all taps and no plumbing, right? Because the man isn't breastfeeding. And there's just not that same bond and unity with the mom. Listen, please understand, I'm not saying women should all have babies and stay home, and I'm just saying that it's a simple basic fact. There are only so many hours in the day, and if you spend 10 hours a day working, that's 10 hours a day you're not spending with your children. Your children are where? In a daycare, being cared for by people who are coming and going. They're not getting that same...
Or being cared for by their father.
That's been my particular situation, and I think that's wonderful too. So, but if the man wants to step up, that's great, but you still lose out on the breastfeeding.